Most people think ultra luxury living in New Hampshire is as simple as picking a waterfront property. But what if I told you the wealthiest residents are way more selective, and the difference between a $1 million home and a $10 million estate comes down to which side of the lake you're on? Today, I'm breaking down the 7 most exclusive communities where New Hampshire's ultra wealthy actually live, what makes each one stand out, and who each spot is perfect for. Hey, I'm Adam Dow with the Dow Group here in New Hampshire, and for over 20 years we've helped families navigate the luxury real estate market across the Lakes region, mountains, and seacoast of New Hampshire. My family has 9 generations of history here, so I know these communities inside and out. Whether you're considering a lake estate, a mountain retreat, or coastal living, this video has everything you need to know about where the ultra wealthy choose to call home. Let's start with New Hampshire's premier luxury market, a place where multi-million-dollar estates line 72 square miles of pristine water. That's right, Lake Winnipesaukee. I might be a little prejudiced that I live here, but Lake Winnipesaukee has 72 square miles with hundreds of islands, attracting affluent families from Massachusetts, New York, and Connecticut who are escaping those high-tax states. And when you look at what these buyers are getting, it's clear why this remains the crown jewel of New Hampshire real estate. Wolfboro is the oldest summer resort with old money prestige. Quaint downtown, shops, restaurants, walkable water access. It's got that historic, traditional feel that appeals to families who have been coming here for generations. Meredith, on the other hand, offers more vibrant dining and amenities while keeping that exclusivity you're looking for. So depending on whether you want that quiet, traditional resort town or something with a bit more action, you've got options here. Now, Governor's Island in Guilford is a private, bridged island with concentrated high-value estates. This is truly exclusive living. The properties are some of the most expensive on the entire lake. Looking at the numbers, Wolfboro's median price is $610,000, down 35.8% year over year, $335 per square foot. Meredith comes in at $650,000 as a median price, up 32% year over year, $510 per square foot. So you're seeing some market fluctuation, but the high-end properties remain incredibly stable. One of the houses that shows you the caliber of properties here in Wolfboro is a home we sold for $8 million right on Sewell Road. It was walking distance to town and a home built almost 100 years ago. Part of the luxury was the boathouse. It had living quarters above where you could sleep where the water was actually crashing beneath your bed. And you've got prestigious golf and yacht clubs throughout with significant wait lists, which just adds to the exclusivity. These aren't clubs you can just join on a whim. Some have wait lists that stretch for years. But wait until you see the Ivy League community where a property recently sold for millions. Stick around, we'll get to that in a minute. Now, while Lake Winnipesaukee gets all the attention, there's another lake nearby where ultra wealthy go when they want even more privacy and tranquility. If Lake Winnipesaukee is where you go to be seen, Squam Lake is where you go to disappear. Squam Lake is all about privacy, tranquility, nature, connection over social visibility. This isn't about showing off. These homes are tucked away in dense woodlands to blend in with the landscape. In fact, many properties are intentionally designed so you can't even see them from the water. This lake was immortalized in the 1981 film On Golden Pond, which cemented its status as an ultra-private retreat. And that film captured exactly what Squam represents. This quiet, contemplative, lakeside experience that's all about connecting with nature, not about being a part of the scene. Looking at holdiness, the median is $490,500, up 58% year over year. The market isn't competitive simply because there's so little inventory. Properties here just don't come up that often, and when they do, they move quickly despite the premium pricing. Now, prime lake estates on Squam itself trade for $4 million to $12 million and above when they actually become available. we're talking about a completely different tier than the median suggests. A typical estate here has to be 10 or more acres, extensive private shoreline, a main lodge, potential guest houses, and multi-slip boathouses. The emphasis is always on privacy and blending in with the natural surroundings. Everything is designed to feel like part of the landscape rather than imposing on it. The Squam Lake Association preserves the pristine environment, and residents here are committed to conservation. It's part of what you're buying into, this commitment to keeping the lake exactly as it is. For example, 46 Laurel Island Lane is listed for $4.9 million. 4 bedrooms and bathrooms, 2,000 square feet with lake access. That gives you a sense of what's available when new properties come on the market. So those are your 2 premier options, but if lakefront living isn't your thing, let me show you where ultra wealthy go for intellectual and cultural sophistication. Before we move on, if any of these places have caught your eye, you can come talk to my team if you're ready to make the move. We can give you all the information you need, but the decision is all yours. No pressure from our end. All of our contact information is in the description. Don't hesitate to reach out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so this is the intellectual and cultural hub of affluent New Hampshire, and it's all centered around one of the nation's most prestigious universities. Hanover and Etna are linked to Dartmouth College, drawing professors, doctors, executives, and old money families with academic ties. The whole atmosphere here is shaped by the presence of this Ivy League institution. You've got all the intellectual vibrancy, that cultural sophistication you don't find in most small towns in New Hampshire. The lifestyle here blends small town charm with world-class cultural resources and arts across the Hopkins Center. You can walk to incredible performances, lectures, exhibitions, all while living in what feels like a classic New England village. One of the things that makes this area special is having Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center nearby. It's New Hampshire's only level 1 trauma center. So for affluent retirees or families, you've got that peace of mind knowing you have access to top-tier medical care right here. Looking at the real estate market, Hanover's median price is just over $1 million, up 6.1% year over year, $638 per square foot. Etna shows a median price of $420,000, but that's misleading. Luxury estates here often go beyond $1 million. That lower median reflects smaller properties and the rural nature of Etna. A great example is 33 East Wheelock Street, listed at $2,195,000. 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3,882 square feet. This is what you're looking at for a premium Hanover property, something walkable to the college with the historic New England character. The Hood Museum holds 72,000 objects from 6 different continents, and you've got 4-season outdoor recreation right nearby. It's the complete package where intellectual and cultural stimulation meets natural beauty and outdoor access. But if you're a ski enthusiast, wait until you see the properties coming up where you can literally ski from your back door to the chairlift. Now let's head to the coast, because if you're an ultra wealthy buyer who prefers salt water to fresh water, there's one place to be. Rye Newcastle, the most expensive and exclusive stretch of New Hampshire's limited 18-mile coastline. These towns are magnets for serious wealth. Rye and Newcastle attract vacationers, retirees, executives who prefer saltwater living, and what you're getting here is completely different from the lake lifestyle. The ocean access, the beach culture, the New England coastal experience. You've got historic, century-old oceanfront mansions standing right alongside newly constructed modern estates. It's this interesting mix of old money families who've had properties here for generations and new wealth building contemporary homes on what little land becomes available. Portsmouth is 10 to 15 minutes away, offering 100 restaurants, jazz clubs, and cultural venues. So you're not isolated here. You've got access to one of the best small cities in New England, a place with incredible food and culture, all within a quick drive. Portsmouth International Airport at Pease provides convenient private jet access. For executives who need to travel frequently, having that airport right there is a huge advantage over other luxury markets in New Hampshire. Newcastle is an island community, and the housing stock is almost entirely of high-end multi-million-dollar homes. This is really one of those places where there really isn't a starter home or middle market option. If you're buying in Newcastle, you're buying luxury. Looking at the numbers, Rye's median is $1,372,000, up 16.3% year over year at $573 per square foot. Newcastle comes in at $1.9 million as the median. This is one of the wealthiest municipalities in the United States on a per capita basis. That tells you everything about who lives here and what kind of market we're dealing with. A perfect example of the market here is 85 Wentworth Road, listed at $9,750,000. 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, just over 7,000 square feet. This is top-tier seacoast living in Rye, the kind of property that defines this market. You've got pristine beaches throughout, including Wallace Sands, Jennis State Beach, the Odiorn Point State Park. This natural beauty combined with that proximity to Portsmouth is what makes this area so desirable despite premium pricing. So we've covered the lakes and the coast. But for the ultra wealthy who want a mountain lifestyle, there's one area that stands above the rest. Lincoln is the center of luxury ski culture in New Hampshire, and it's all built around one expensive resort. Lincoln is built around Loon Mountain Resort, a year-round destination that goes from winter skiing to summer hiking and mountain biking. But make no mistake, this is primarily a winter destination, a place where serious skiers come to access some of the best terrain in New Hampshire. The most exclusive properties here are on the mountainside with ski in and ski out access. That seamless transition from your living room to the slopes is what drives the premium pricing. When you can literally step out your back door and ski down to the lift, you're paying for that convenience. The median price here is $540,000, up 5.9% year over year, $357 per square foot. But the luxury segment is different. Single-family ski estates trade for $1.5 million to $4 million, typically 3,000 to 7,000 square feet or more. The median reflects a lot of condos and smaller vacation properties that dominate the overall market. Properties on Loon Mountain slopes, particularly the South End Peak Road, offer true ski-in, ski-out luxury. This is where you find those custom-built mountain homes designed specifically for serious skiers who want direct mountain access. A great example of a luxury property around here is 254 South Peak Road, listed at $2,195,000. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,700 square feet. This represents what the high-end Lincoln market looks like. Loon Mountain has 73 trails, powerful snowmaking for a guaranteed long season, and the Kangamangas Highway is a 34.4-mile scenic byway with breathtaking views, especially during the fall foliage. So even outside the ski season, there's something spectacular about being here. Now, Lincoln is fantastic for ski enthusiasts, but there's another mountain area that has a different kind of a luxury experience. The Mount Washington Valley has a compelling blend of serene natural beauty and convenient access to commercial amenities. Jackson is a quintessential New England village with a covered honeymoon bridge, white steeple churches, and grand hotels. It's got this romantic, classic New England feel that appeals to people who want that picture-perfect mountain village experience. North Conway, on the other hand, has tax-free outlet shopping at Settlers Green with over 70 stores. So you're getting a commercial hub with shopping, dining, and all of that right there. It's a completely different vibe from Jackson. This unique setup allows your own private mountain estate with Mount Washington views while being just a short drive from a vibrant hub with all the amenities you need. You're not choosing between isolation and convenience here. You can have both, depending on which town you pick or how closely you want to be to North Conway. Jackson's median price is $566,000, and luxury estates here trade for $1.5 to $3 million. North Conway's median price is $258,000. So you're seeing a wide range depending on exactly where you're looking and what kind of property you want. There is a beautiful house we sold here at 146 Thornton Hill Road in Jackson, which sold for $3,100,000. 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 7,279 square feet, situated on 47 acres, plus a separate indoor basketball court and sports structure. This gives you a sense of what what luxury looks like in this market: substantial mountain homes with views and space. You've got world-class skiing at Attitash and Wildcat Mountain, plus extensive trail networks for hiking and snowshoeing. The outdoor recreation access here is incredible year-round, not just during the ski season. So we covered lakefront luxury, coastal estates, Ivy League sophistication, mountain retreats, but there's one more area that stands out for a different kind of exclusivity. Peterborough has a brand of luxury centered around culture, privacy, and connection to the land. This area is defined by sprawling estates, historic homesteads, and a vibrant art scene that's earned its reputation as the Monadnock region's cultural hub. It's not about waterfronts or ski slopes. It's about owning significant land and being part of a creative, intellectual community. It pulls in artists, writers, academics, and professionals who are looking for a tranquil, rural setting without giving up intellectual and cultural stimulation. And that balance, that's what makes Peterborough special. You get the privacy of rural living with the cultural richness of a much larger place. The town is known for its thriving artisan community, the renowned MacDowell Colony for artists, and a charming walkable downtown. The MacDowell Colony alone tracks some of the most talented artists and writers in the country, and that creative energy permeates the whole town. For the ultra-wealthy, the appeal is owning large estates, often 100 or more acres, while staying part of an engaged, creative community. You're getting seclusion and privacy, but you're not isolated from culture and community. It's around 90 minutes to Boston, so it works for those who want a rural retreat with major city access. You can maintain business connections or cultural ties to Boston while living in what feels like a completely different world. The median here is $485,000, up 29% year over year, $217 per square foot. The market is competitive because people understand what they're getting. This is one of those markets where properties move quickly despite being rural. Luxury estates with significant acreage trade for $1 million to $3.5 million or more. When you're talking about 100-acre properties with historic homes or custom-built estates, you're in that range. A recent example is 152 Windy Row, which sold for $1.5 million. 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,606 square feet. This gives you a sense of what these properties look like: a substantial home on significant land. The Monadnock Center for History and Culture and local galleries provide artistic and historical engagement throughout the year. Miller State Park, New Hampshire's oldest, is centered on the 2,290-foot Pack Monadnock Mountain with extensive hiking trails. So you've got cultural amenities and outdoor recreation all in one place. So now you've seen the 7 most exclusive communities where New Hampshire's ultra-wealthy choose to live, but which one is right for you? The ultra-wealthy don't choose these communities by accident. They choose them because of privacy, natural beauty, and the quality of life can't be replaced anywhere else. And with New Hampshire's tax-free environment, your money goes further here than in almost any other luxury market in the country. Now, if you're serious about making a move to these exclusive communities, send us an email at adam@thedowgroup.com. We'll show you the exact properties available right now in these 7 areas and help you find the perfect fit before these best communities are gone. These markets move fast, so don't miss out. But before you go, if you want a clearer picture of what's coming to the region, I've got more on the way. Check out my next video linked right here, where I break down billions of infrastructure upgrades coming between 2026 and 2028, including a $1.87 billion naval shipyard expansion, massive highway projects, and new commercial developments that will reshape entire towns. I'll show you exactly which areas will benefit most and when you should buy and get ahead of the price surge. If you're considering relocating here, this is critical information. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.